You know for a fact, someone went into the ER after this episode. Because they actually did it. They straight up just adapted this manga panel. Word for word. Like, oh my goodness. Like, the animators went in, the VA went in, the translators, yes, I'll even give credit where credit is due for Crunchyroll, even the translators went in. I cannot imagine just how crazy of a feat this was at the storyboarding stage, to the animation stage, to the voice acting stage. The amount of effort this very brief 1 minute, 30-minute clip does, and how much effort it required, is probably astronomically high. I cannot believe we actually got this. This is official. They added in one of the most iconic manga panels, not just from 100 Girlfriends, but just in manga in general, because it's like, holy crap, what a yap session. Like, this is probably the biggest yap simping session you will ever see in manga, because what you see here on the screen is legitimate words. Like, this is straight up what Rentaro is saying about his individual girlfriends, basically simping over them, loving them, and it's some peak stuff, man. He is the harem king. He is the best boyfriend character, honestly, in the rom-com genre, hands down. I don't think there's really any competition for him, and it's just like, seeing this added in the anime, it's so peak, man. It's so peak. Now, I do want to give some clarification here, because I know some might complain about this segment for one reason, and that is the fact of this. I'll unmute it for you can hear. It's sped up. It is sped up audio, and it sounds like, let's be blunt, just complete gibberish. And this was always the expected outcome for this, because just how much yapping there really is. But there is some clarification that needs to be made. Some good news. Apparently, the actual staff, the official 100 Girlfriends account, posted this, which I was notified by one of you guys in the community, told me that apparently in the Blu-ray, they are going to be releasing the entirety of the whole segment here in normal audio range. For instance, it's not going to be sped up, it's going to be the entire scene at normal pace, which means that what is technically a 1 minute and 30-second just yap session is probably going to turn into a total of 10 minutes plus. Like, just easily. The amount of words that the voice actor had to get through, I legitimately am curious on how many takes this, was. Like, FYI, if you know what I mean, the voice actor that sat down for Rentaro and had to voice this segment, since we now know it actually is supposedly supposed to be normal audio, but this is just sped up right now, I wonder how many times he had to redo certain segments and just say the lines, or if he really just did it all in one take. I would really love to know that. I hope that the 100 Girlfriends, team and staff, post maybe a clip or a video of it, because that would be very fun. Even if you had to do multiple takes or whatever, I think it would be pretty fun just to see the behind the scenes for this scene, because it really is... It's iconic. It is an absolute iconic scene from the manga that everybody recognizes. Even people that don't read 100 Girlfriends and just kind of gallivant in the manga community probably has seen this manga panel. Like, this manga panel been like, no way, that's real. But it's real. And I just, I hope they do that, because it would be very nice. It would add an extra layer to this finale, and it would really just make, I think, a lot of people happy to see. Now, besides that as well, I do like how it gives incentive to basically buy the, sorry about that. I like how this gives incentive to buy the Blu-ray, because nowadays Blu-rays, they're kind of becoming more and more less, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. They're becoming more and more less, sought after. I mean, usually people, when they buy Blu-rays, they buy them either for collection purposes or because of uncensored content. But I'm glad to see a different layer to it, that it's not just about that. It's literally getting to see the entire scene unedited in its entirety of what it should have been. But the only reason why it was sped up, for those that are unaware, is because of TV broadcasting restrictions. And if you don't know what I mean is with 100 Girlfriends, it had to kind of schedule out a bracket on TV, aka for like 30 minutes or so, and so they needed to be able to get the episode done in time with the right amount of time. They couldn't extend it, and judging by how much words were, said by the voice actor, the episode probably would have easily been over the 30-minute mark if they would have added it. If it would have went maybe to the 27th minute mark or 28th, maybe they would have allowed it to stay as is. But I'm going to assume it's a 1-minute clip going to be turned into about 10 minutes. So yeah, overall, very fantastic news. I'm so happy about this because there was a lot of drama around this situation, and you might have seen me make a video on this about 4 or 5 weeks ago. I talked about how they skipped this. And for those that are unaware, I mean, even the characters themselves actually start talking about skip content and all that. And, you know, just kind of saying blame the animation directors or the directors of the show. And it's all in good fun. But they pretty much straight up admit, yeah, they rearranged manga panels and they wanted to use this scene, like the iconic scene here, as the finale for Season 2. Which, honestly, I think just with the way it is done, it's perfect way to end a season. I feel like there's no better place to really put this. So yeah, I think it's very special. And like I said, it really just goes to show the love that 100 Girlfriends continuously gets. I appreciate it, man. It's been such a phenomenal anime for this season, and it's always brought me a smile. Like, every Sunday when I'm able to sit down and watch a new episode, I just smile, man. It's fun. And I love those series, dude. I love series like that. It's sad it's over, though, but it's very clear we're gonna get a Season 3. I don't think we really need to worry about that, but just the question is, when will it come out? If I had to assume, probably next year. Probably 2026. Somewhere probably when ReZero might eventually come back. But, yeah, I guess, you know, what I will say besides that, I mean, we had, obviously, in typical fashion of 100 Girlfriends, we had, like, a Spirit Bomb reference and all that, which is just absolutely hilarious. I mean, I cannot believe I got to see a Spirit Bomb. Like, just, oh, man. Dude, I love the parodies in the show, man. It's fun. It's like the Gintama of the rom-com world. That's literally what it is. And I think that is the perfect way to really just describe this. But, yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. I don't really have much more thoughts to say that I already haven't said about 100 Girlfriends. I mean, it's good, dude. It's easily one of the best shows that you could have watched from this anime season. It's beautifully animated, great voice actors, great energy. It's obviously shameless with some of its characters and fan service. It's got everything. I mean, if you love the romance, slice-of-life, rom-com genre, there is no excuse not to watch or read this series. There really isn't, because it has everything you probably would want. The only thing I would necessarily say that it doesn't necessarily have yet is, like, really serious drama. I mean, it does have some serious drama, yes, sometimes, but it's not the main focus. It's mainly just comedy. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I think the comedy's just done extremely well. But at the end of the day, comedy is subjective. But yeah, I guess I'll leave it at that. I wanted to talk about this because great episode, and I'm glad to see that it was actually added. But be safe. Love you guys. Chibi out.